Hey y'all, I'm Littlefoot Silver Stacker. Welcome in. Let's see what kind of precious metals we have today.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing well on this beautiful day. Had a pretty big time last night. My Uncle Kenneth came by. He had a lot of change he wanted me to take up to the LCS and see if we couldn't get sold for him. We were able to make that happen. LCS was paying $50 face on all the constitutional that he had. So I told him I was interested in purchasing some of it before we headed up. I just got done writing down all the stuff that I ended up getting from him, and I bought a couple things at the LCS. It wasn't actually from the LCS. There was a gentleman in the store hanging out with my guy, and he was sold out of 3/9's fine stuff. And the gentleman there said he had a couple rounds in his pocket and asked that the LCS didn't mind that he sold it to me at their store, and they said they did not have a problem with that. So I've got all that noted and taken care of. We're going to talk about that in just one second, but I'm excited. I've had this package since yesterday, and I have not completely opened it yet. I got as far as opening it up and reading the letter that FG Stacker had put in here for me. So I had commissioned him to make me a new piece for this year's channel round. This is the one that he had made me for last year. This was my logo last year. This was 3.22 ounces. And I wanted another one for this year because I had changed my channel logo. And I anticipate doing that each year, depending on how long I do this YouTube thing. We'll just see how it works out. So, FG had written me. It says, "Hi, Littlefoot. It was fun being able to come up with the 2026 pour for you. I hope you really like the touches I added. Also, as the KK Kumite tokens, that's the Coin Collectors Kumite that's going on this year. The Punisher Stackers sponsoring that. So as far as that, KK Kumite tokens were a bit light, so he included a third one for me to do with as I will. The third is slightly lighter, so it's in a separate bag to identify it. I'll be watching for you to open it and let me know what you think of them all. Regards, FG Stacker." So when I realized that he was waiting to see me open them, I knew I couldn't open them off screen, so I went ahead and waited. So I was just really busy last night and yesterday. I didn't have a chance to get into it, but I'm ready today. Oh, I've come ill prepared. Let me grab a knife real quick and we'll get into it. I'm hanging out in the kitchen, so a knife wasn't very far away. He has everything taped up really well like he does. Make sure nothing gets lost or moved around or anything of the nature. Super excited about this here. Let me pull this knife back out, see if we can't get into it a little better. There we go. So yeah, I had only thought he was making 2 tokens, and I'm stoked he made an extra one. I just really like the way they look, the whole idea he came out with. I basically said that here's the silver, but I'm going to fall back on your expertise and your artistic styling to find out what they should look like or what we should do with them. So, super excited about this. Of course, he's got everything packed up, classy as all get out. Let me pull this thing up so you guys can see it with me. Nice. Super cool. So it looks like he's got me some certificates of authenticity set up for each one of them. This is him, Morningstar Metals. You guys know FG. This is nothing new to you. If it is, go check him out. He is super knowledgeable. He's got a great world collection of coins and does awesome pours. So he gave me a piece of paper showing each one of those. And then here's the Kumite token itself. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to have something made to throw into the Kumite pile to grow that stack, just to make it a little more interesting. And I had him make a second one because I don't anticipate that I'll have any chances of actually winning it. So I'd like to have a little token myself for later on after I get beat. So I'm going to send one of these to Punisher Stacker. I'm going to keep one in my stack for a lifetime. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the third one here, but it's a strong chance I'll end up hanging on to it too. These things are just amazing. So yeah, super nice. I think they came out to be right at 0.4 ounces each, maybe just a little bit less, but 0.4 ounces each. So this is completely his design, his brainchild as far as how it turned out and how it looked. I just requested that he make something that was a token style, and it's something that might be affordable in case some other people that are nominated into the Kumite would be able to afford. So if there's 26 of us, and these are all almost half an ounce apiece, it would add an extra 13 ounces to the pile for someone to win at the end of the year. So there we go. Very nice, FG. I freaking love them, man. I've been watching the whole time when you've been pouring them. I seen that you made a couple extra, and I actually saw a post from Jeff Rubin where it looks like he had got a couple of these from you as well. So I'm glad that people are liking them, and I'm glad it's bringing a little bit of business your way. Do outstanding work, boss. Outstanding work. Absolutely love them. Let me go ahead and slide these back in the bag. I'm going to eyeball them a little better, a little closer here in a little bit. But I'm worried this video is going to run long, so I don't want to spend too much time on any one thing here. But I sure do love those. Super nice, FG. Super nice. Then this is this year's channel round. And once again, I kind of gave him an idea of what I wanted, being my logo that you guys are seeing whenever I'm hanging out with you in the streams. And the reverse, I wasn't as sure exactly what I wanted, so I had sent him a couple ideas about it, and he sent me back some stuff that was better than my ideals. So I just told him I was going to defer to his expertise once again. So let's take a look. Littlefoot 2026, 1 of 1. February 1st, 1.94 ounces. This year I had him do it a little bit lighter. The prices were a little bit steeper than they were the previous year. So I actually ended up getting 2 of these last year. So it was right at 6.5 ounces for the 2 that I got for last year. I just got or purchased one that was commissioned through him this year that was right under 2 ounces. And then of course I also had the Kumite tokens here taken care of. So let's take a look. Here we go. Oh snap. Hold it. I know how this works. Very nice. And these capsules, I didn't expect everything to come in a capsule, so that's super cool. I really appreciate you helping me protect them. Bring it in here a little bit closer, see if we can't see it. So yeah, that's my icon right there. In the background, it's kind of stacks of silver and gold bars. And then on the reverse, it's got the Littlefoot going through the mountains, showing the rock on sign, carrying an American flag, just like this is just exactly like the sticker I have on the back of my big black truck I call Gus. And the capsule, when he put it in here, he told me that the width or the thickness of it kind of had a little bit of a rattle inside. So he put a piece of foam here on the back just to keep it from rattling. So that's why you're seeing that foam here and not on the edges all the way around. So super freaking nice. Super freaking nice. I love it, FG. I love it. I'm gonna take it out of the capsule here a little later on. Take a better, closer look of it out of the capsule. But yeah, it's a beauty, boss. It's a beauty. I like it. Super sweet. I really appreciate you, FG. I've been waiting. I kept saying last night, tomorrow's Christmas, because I was going to get up and open up these items that you had sent to me. So I really appreciate your hard work and your design efforts, your pour efforts. You're getting them in capsules, getting certificate of authenticity with all of them. Your cool little bags. I just appreciate the whole shebang. Super professional. The 3D printed holder for it, just everything top notch, man. I really appreciate you. Super cool. I'll try my best to remember how to tag you in this video to make sure you get to see it as well. But I can't tell you how excited I am, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'm going to stick it over here on top of the cross I had you pour me. So, next up, I had just finished up. I was doing a little bit of testing. And anytime you get something, you should test it regardless of who it comes from or where it's at. Unless it's FG. I'm not going to test any of his stuff. I trust him wholeheartedly. So, yeah. But I also purchased some stuff from my uncle, and I just wanted to take a second and make sure you guys know how important a red book is. This red book, it'll tell you everything you need to know about a coin. So if you end up purchasing a coin from someone somewhere and you're not 100% sure, then even if you are, you need to go ahead and grab a red book, a cheap scale. I got this one off Amazon. It was probably $10 for this puppy here. Also a loop or a magnifier or a scope, some way to visually inspect it pretty good. You could get yourself a pinger. It's nice to have a pinger, especially with the 3/9 fine bullion stuff, but it's not a necessity. There are ways to do it with just a scale, a book, and a neodymium rare earth magnet. If anything sticks to the magnet, you know straight away it's fake. So first thing you do is put your magnet on it. If it checks out, you know that's good. You want to break out your scale, and if you're not sure what's supposed to weigh what, don't worry. Right here in the book, it'll tell you everything you need to know. If it's how to grade it, what years it started. I mean, it's got a QR code you can scan and get more in depth with stuff here. The pictures on here, they're to scale. So if you take your coin and you put it on that, it should be exactly that size because it is to scale. So if you're seeing stuff hanging out and it's not looking right, then that's a giveaway. So super important to have the book. It'll tell you. So let's just take a look. This is a 1984. Right there we've got an O. So it's a New Orleans mint. So 1894. Flip through the book here. 1892, 92S. And I prefer the book that has this type of spine on it. I don't have to fight with a hardcover that keeps wanting to close or flip or change pages on me. I can just open it up and it'll stay put right there where it's at. Let me zoom in here a bit. So, let's see. 1894 there was 1,723,000 of those minted. The numbers you're seeing here on the page, they just kind of give you an idea of what it should run about, but these numbers are never accurate prices. I've never seen anybody actually open the red book and say, well, this is what it's worth and this is what I'm charging or what I'm buying or what have you. But like I said, some of the less minted years is more valuable. So even though I'm collecting mainly for the silver content, if I come across something that ends up being worth more because of its rarity, numismatically speaking, then this would be how I could find out. And once again, it's going to tell me what to look for certain years, and it's going to tell me how many that are minted. It's going to tell me how to do the best I can in order to grade it. So yeah, it's just got a ton of information. So this is a coin Bible. If you're doing anything with any kind of bullion or coins or silver and gold, this is just a must-have. Just a must-have, guys. So I essentially went ahead and tested most of all my stuff over there that you had seen, because this is all stuff that my uncle had collected throughout the years. He's not a coin collector. He just knew what was worth something, and he knew that these had real silver in them. So after years and years, he decided it's time for him to cash in. He's getting a little bit older. He wants to do a little more traveling and have a little fun, and the coins weren't doing him any good. So I actually ended up picking up $9 worth of these things here. And they're all in different conditions. So this is a piece dollar from 22. It should have a mint mark. If it doesn't, that means it's a Philadelphia. So that's one of them. Here's another one. This is a 1878. Let's see if we can't zoom in on that a little bit better. Not great. Let's see what happens if we hold the loop up here. I have not tried this before, but let's see if I can look through a camera and through a loop and into the coin itself. I see Tom from Tom's Coin do this all the time, and he makes it look so easy. I don't know how he does that. I'm willing to give it a few more seconds here, and if it ain't gonna work out, it ain't gonna work out. So yeah, it is a San Francisco mint. It's super hard to see. Let's try one more thing. I have this other piece of equipment here. So this is just another magnifier, and this magnifier's got a light on it right here, and it's also got a black light, so you could even verify the UV seal on the back of gold backs if you wanted to. And as you see, it's got a scale down inside as well. So let's see what happens if we take this, slide this coin down here. Let's just pull this on down. Bear with me. It's still hiding from me, guys. So yeah, my camera work is not that great, but you will have to trust me. Try one more thing here. Set this offset. It sets right down in that tray, and that tray holds it exactly. Oh, I think we might be able to see it now. But yeah, it's much easier to see in person than it is through this camera. But it is definitely a San Francisco minted one. Let me flip you back down. And that's my little tackle box that I got set up, and that's got all of my testing stuff in it. Just got a bunch of stuff in it. I even got a fake coin inside of it over there as well. So yeah, this was silver dollar number 2. Silver dollar number 3, 1884 again. This one's a New Orleans mint. This one he picked up, someone had drilled a hole in it. I haven't purchased any that have had holes in them, but I didn't mind getting this one from him at all. So another 1922, no mint mark, Philadelphia. That would be a pretty heavy necklace piece, I would think. So that was the 4th one. Here's the 5th one. This is the closest to cull that he had. This is a 1900, and it is pretty thin. Let me pull up one of these. I don't know if you can see the difference in thickness there. But yeah, it's been worn pretty heavily over the years. I mean, it's only 126 years old. I don't know how it would get wore down like that. And it was also a New Orleans mint. So that's number 5. Number 6 is another 1884. He had several of these 1884s. I'm going to pull this one closer so I can see again. It's another New Orleans mint. I'm not sure if you're able to see that O down there. But yeah, grab my Dub C pointer here. Right down here is where you'll see the mint mark on these at. So that's number 6. Another 1884. And another New Orleans. Here's the 3rd piece dollar that I had picked up. It's got quite a bit of wear on it as well. And this one here is a San Francisco. The other 2 were Philadelphia's. But once again, on the reverse of these is where the mint mark is, and it's down here in this vicinity. Let me see if I can't grab this this loop here again and see what happens. No, Tom, you're a beast, man. I don't know how you're able to make that happen so good. I just don't know how. Everything is backwards, upside down. So yeah, I'm going to have to go to Tom and get some lessons on how he does that so well with his loop. That was the 8th one. And here's the 9th one. Once again, 1884. New Orleans again. So I ended up adding 9 old dollars to my stack. So that'll keep me in business as far as having one each week to go in my stack for a little while. So I shouldn't have to purchase those for a minute. But I do like to add one each week, just like Thousand Air Radio talks about. That's where I got that idea and habit from, was that gentleman there. Then I also picked up $4 face of these constitutional pieces here. We'll hold that one to the side, talk about it in a minute. So yeah, on this stuff, I was going through checking all of his stuff, and he had this in there, and I had not seen one of these. Super cool. It's a Libertad dime from 1915. I love that it shows it's 2.5 grams. It's a 900 of 1,000 parts silver. Republic of Cuba. 10 centavos. So, first time I saw this, and I just love that star that was on the front of it there. I think this coin is amazing. I love all the information it gives me. The weight, the purity, the year, the country. I mean, just everything that you could want on this coin. I mean, like a sunburnt Woody. You just can't beat it. Love it. Also picked up a few other ones here. He had a few barbers, and these are in pretty good shape, believe it or not. This is a 1914 barber. It says 1 dime. And I feel like this one was cleaned. It's extra shiny to be a 1914. And one of these is a Philadelphia and one's a Denver. So I have a Denver and a Philadelphia both out of that. And I picked out one Roosevelt. Don't know why I did. I just did because I'm not sure. He had lots of Mercs and quite a few more barbers. But that's the 4th one of those. And then I got 16 Mercs from him here. We're going to be adding all these into my constitutional jar. I think this should top me off on how many more I needed to complete another $5 roll. Some are a little slicker than others, but essentially he has gotten all these back in pocket change over the last 50 years. That's where all these coins came from. I don't think he's ever been in a local coin shop, and he's never went out and purchased silver. So pretty good that he got all this stuff at face value and was to make quite a bit of money on it later on. We took $83 worth up to the local coin shop, and they gave us 50 times face value for that. So it came up to just shy of $4,000. If I remember correctly, it was $3,917 that they gave him. I gave him the same $50 face before we went, just because I had the opportunity to buy in at a lesser amount than I would from the coin shop themselves. So that's the little pile of Mercs that I added. The couple barbers, the Rosie, and that Cuba coin. And I love that thing. It's amazing. So $2 in dimes, and then I've got $2 in halves. Picked up this 1915 barber, and this is the better condition one out of all the barbers he had, I do believe. So 50 cents on that one. This one's a little bit slicker, so that's a $3 in face value up there. And then he had 2 more of them here, and I like the 1903 stuff. That's 100 years before my son was born, so I really enjoy that year. So $4 face value. Believe it or not, that is $200 worth of silver sitting right there. Craziness. Craziness. Pretty cool. So, also got a few foreign coins from him and a token. He just had this token that was, oh, block your eyes, children. He just had this token that somehow he came across years ago, and I told him there was no value. It was pretty cool, and he said I could have it. So, not silver. I think it's bronze or copper. It doesn't even have a coin flip or a metal flip, really. It's twisted the way it is, so the dies weren't even straight when they done it. But I thought it was pretty neat, so I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to slide that out of the frame. Small eyes might be looking. And then he had a few foreign coins, and I don't know anything about this foreign coin stuff. And I thought that that a few of these were silver. Actually, I thought all 4 of these might have silver in it. So I went ahead and gave him $5 a piece for these. After he left, I Googled it, and it says there's no silver in these. But I'm okay with that little bit of extra money I gave him. I got a really good deal at 50 times face, I think. So silver right now today, spot price is $84.77, and Constitutional is melting right at $60. So this one here, let's see if I can focus in on it a little bit. Let me touch this button. So this is a 1944 10-cent piece from Canada. So I don't think there's any silver in this, but if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. I'm talking to you, Maple Leaf Numismatics. And then, once again, here's another one. 1954. And I believe this is a Greek coin. Once again, I don't think there's actually any silver in it. And then, what we got here? Another Canadian coin. And 1965 10-cent piece from Canada. Then we got this baby here. Pretty sure this is from the UK area. And saying that, I don't know why I flipped it like that. It goes like this. And it is a 1 shilling from 1954. So my world coin knowledge is pretty weak, but I thought they were pretty cool, and it was something my uncle had come across, so I'm happy to get it and hang on to it and do something with it later on down the road. So that's the other thing. And then one more thing I picked up from him. I grabbed a bag of coins that are non-silver that he just gave to me at face value because there's no silver content in this. I'm going to flip these out real quick. So there's $24.75 face value. There's quite a few Ikes. So 74 Ike, 74 Ike. Somebody gold plated this 72. He was sure hoping that was really truly pure gold coin. I told him I hate to break his heart, but it is not even close to being that. So what's this? That's $4 worth of Ikes, $5 worth of Ikes, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's $10 worth of Ikes. Could you imagine carrying this $10 like this is your $10 for lunch in your pocket? Your pants would be pulled down about every 2 minutes. You'd have to be readjusting them. The weight of that is so much. And then I still got quite a few more of these Ikes that I purchased from him. And I really like the 1776 to 1976 coins. We're at the 50-year mark. In 50 more years, it'll be a 100-year celebration for it. And if I have grandkids one day, I'd like to think my son would pass these on to them. So I end up collecting all the 1776 drummer boy quarters that I can. So I ended up getting 10 of those babies from him. And then he had a few 1776 to 1976. Let me adjust that focused. Focus. Danielson. There we go. So yeah, 3 more halves that are bicentennials. And then quite a few bicentennial dollars here. So just a little side collection for fun. And all this was at face value. So I feel like that I didn't cheat him because I don't think they're worth more than $1. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. I don't want to do my family wrong. 77 is the year I was minted, so I enjoy that. And then Here we go. Here's another bicentennial and another bicentennial. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I like them. So yeah, big pile of silver there, face value. So not bad at all, not bad at all. Then, last thing, and I'll let you guys get out of here. Just want to bring in what I picked up at the local coin shop. So I went up there, and once again, my uncle actually had this American Silver Eagle. So once I found out what the local coin shop was charging today, I told him I'll go ahead and purchase that from him before we give it to them. So this is a 1991 American Silver Eagle. Got some toning happening on it. And once again, I did run my magnet over the top of everything. I've got my loop that I checked out everything and make sure everything looked real right on it. Put them on my scale here and make sure everything weighed up. But looked at them once again through my magnifier. Even got the pinger out. Done some hitting and banging on it just to make sure to my ears everything sounded just right. And it sounded good to me. There is an app that comes along with this. But after you do this a few times, 20, 30, 40 times, you start to get an ear for what it's supposed to sound like versus what it's not supposed to sound like. These pingers, they're only 35, 40 bucks. So this is half an ounce of silver cost, and this could save you quite a bit of money through the years. And I have found 3 fakes last year. So they're out there and they will try to make it in your stack. You have to be vigilant. You have to test everything you get. I mean, trust but verify, guys. Trust but verify. So I need to look in my book and see if I had a 1991 or not. I'm trying to collect one of all the years just slowly as I go. But that's one that I picked up, and I gave him $80 for that. Once again, spot price today is $84.77. So 80 bucks for that one. And while I was there, my coin dealer said he was actually completely out of 3/9 fine stuff. He had a ton of constitutional. He wasn't really looking to buy any constitutional, but because I was a loyal customer for so many years now, that he didn't excuse me, that he didn't have an issue taking it from me. So I appreciate him doing me right and doing it that way for me. So when we were in there, another gentleman that was just kind of hanging out and sitting in the chair and talking, he said he had a few pieces in his pocket, and if the coin shop didn't mind, he would sell them to me. And they said that they didn't mind at all. So for $80 a piece. So actually what happened was, he said, spot's right at 85. I'll sell these generic 1 ounce rounds here to you, $1 or so back. And I didn't have any change for 20s. So I ended up giving him $180. And we didn't have the difference in it. So it was 16 bucks he owed me back. He pulled a 40%er out of his pocket and offered it to me. And I told him that was a no-go. I was not interested in that 40%er for 14 bucks. So maybe we could work something different out. And he reached back into his pocket at that point and pulled out this Proof 1961 Benji. And I told him that was definitely a better deal for me. So I would absolutely take that Benji and those 2 ounces for that $180. So ended up getting quite a bit of constitutional and a couple more ounces for my book. Almost went over budget for the month, but I didn't want to let this stuff pass by, seeing that my family had it. And also, I just feel like that there's a good possibility when the market opens up Monday that the prices are going to shoot up. But I don't know anything. I thought Shanghai being closed down, I thought we were going to go down to $70 an ounce. And we did not go down to $70 an ounce. When I was on with the Metal Mob, Liberty Blue Silver, Cartier Silver, and the Humble Stacker, I told them my guess for Friday's price would be $70. And I was wrong by $14.77. So that's just more proof. I don't know what the market's going to do. I'm just guessing like everybody else. But If I was guessing again and I had to guess again, I would say it's possible we'll almost make $100 bill come Monday when the market opens. I just feel like it's a spring that's been wound up and it's waiting to let loose as soon as it can. So that's all, guys. I just wanted to, oh, actually, let me just go ahead and finish up my tube of dimes here. Mine as well. So I got 34 dimes in here. I wrote a little on a piece of paper and slid it in there so I wouldn't forget next time I opened it up. So 34 dimes right there. Let's go ahead and add some more in. 35, 36, 37, 8, 39, 40. And I don't mind mixing them up because I'm about to mix them all up in a whole different situation here in a second. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the slow stack is now 50 dimes strong. And we're going to take and add that into the rest of our constitutional over here. I got this cookie jar set up. So basically, I just take and pour all of my 90% silver right into my cookie jar. So we're just going to dump in all $5 right into the mix. Oh, let's take a look at that thing. So yes, it's getting pretty full. It's getting pretty full. And then we're just going to go ahead and start in on this dime tube again. So, and I am going to add this Cuban dime in there with it because it is the same weight as the American stuff here. So there's 5 coins there. I won't write a piece of paper and put that in. That's easy enough to see and count straight away. Once it starts getting a bit fuller, then I'll do that. So good deal. Good deal. You guys tell me what you think. Did I mess up buying anything that you took a look at? Did I pay too much for any of the stuff that's up there? Tell me your thoughts. Did you enjoy FG's artwork that he ended up with this year and last? I'm open to any kind of criticism you guys have got. That's it. You guys have a great afternoon. I'm going to see you in the streams. Keep stacking. Every little bit counts. Something's coming down the hill. Can you hear it? Oh, it's a damn possum.